Well, the Federal Reserve announcing Wednesday that interest rates will remain unchanged for now, despite political pressure from President Trump. The move comes as the president's biggest round of tariffs to date will take effect Friday. National correspondent Atra El-Nashar has a closer look at the Fed's decision.
In one of the most scrutinized but least surprising Federal Reserve decisions in recent memory, the majority of voting policymakers choosing to hold interest rates steady.
We're still a ways away from seeing where things settle down.
Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell says the economy is uninhibited by current rates, and the effects of tariffs, many of which haven't been triggered yet, on consumer prices are yet to be seen.
We know from surveys that companies feel that they have every intention of putting this through to the consumer, but the truth is they may not be able to in many cases.
For the first time since 1993, two Fed governors dissented, Michelle Bowman and Christopher Waller, who's expressed concern about signs of weakness in the labor market recently.
I call him too late. He's always too late.
Not only has Powell been under intense pressure from President Trump in recent months, in recent years, the Fed as a whole was criticized by economists generally for acting too late to raise rates coming out of the pandemic, allowing inflation to soar. Hours before the Fed's announcement was the release of a far better than expected GDP reading showing the U.S. economy in the second quarter grew at an annual rate of 3%. Conventional economic logic would put this in the column of reasons to not cut interest rates yet. The president reacting to the GDP data posting, way better than expected, too late, must now lower the rate. Starting this Friday, universal tariff rates will multiply. A week later, President Trump is expected to begin punishing nations that buy Russian oil, like India and China, with additional 100% tariffs. Fresh off trade talks with the Chinese in Stockholm, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent had this to say.
The Chinese take their sovereignty very seriously. We don't want to impede on their sovereignty, so they'd like to pay a 100% tariff.
The Fed will meet next in September. The expectation had been for them to start cutting rates then, but Powell stressed no decisions have been made yet. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar.